Once upon a time, in a world filled with hustle and bustle, people often found themselves feeling lonely, even amidst the crowd. It seemed as though happiness was a fleeting concept, constantly eluding those who sought it. They believed that happiness was something external, something to be found in relationships, achievements, or material possessions. Yet the secret to true contentment lay within them all along. In this world, there was a man who had discovered this profound truth. He had journeyed through life, experiencing its highs and lows, and had come to understand that the key to happiness was not in the external world, but within oneself. He became a beacon of wisdom, sharing his insights with those willing to listen. Imagine for a moment standing alone in a serene forest. The air is crisp, the scent of pine fills your lungs, and the only sound is the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze. In this solitude, there is a profound peace. This is where our journey begins. A journey to learn to be happy alone. Happiness is not something to be pursued. It is something to be realized. It is a state of being that exists within us, waiting to be uncovered. The first step in this journey is to embrace solitude, to see it not as a void, but as a space of potential, a canvas upon which we can paint our true selves. In solitude, we find the opportunity to connect with our innermost thoughts and feelings. We can strip away the layers of societal expectations and discover who we truly are. This process can be daunting, for it requires us to face our fears and insecurities, but it is only by confronting these shadows that we can begin to shine light upon them. Consider the story of a young woman who had always sought validation from others. She believed that her worth was determined by the approval of her peers, her family, and her romantic partners. She was constantly surrounded by people, yet she felt an emptiness inside. One day she decided to spend time alone, to disconnect from the noise of the world. In this solitude, she discovered her passions, her dreams, and her strengths. She realized that her worth was inherent, not dependent on external validation. This epiphany transformed her life, bringing her a sense of peace and joy she had never known. Similarly, we all have the power to discover our own worth. We must learn to appreciate our own company, to find joy in our own presence. This requires us to cultivate self-love and self-acceptance. We must treat ourselves with the same kindness and compassion that we would offer to a dear friend. When we do this, we create a foundation of inner strength and resilience. One of the greatest challenges we face is the fear of being alone. Society often tells us that being alone is a sign of failure or inadequacy. But in true solitude is a gift. It is a time for self-reflection and growth. It is an opportunity to recharge our spirits and reconnect with our true selves. To embrace solitude, we must shift our perspective. Instead of seeing it as a punishment, we can see it as a privilege. We can use this time to explore our interests, to learn new skills, and to indulge in activities that bring us joy, whether it's reading a book, taking a long walk in nature, or practicing a creative hobby. These moments of solitude can be incredibly fulfilling. Consider the story of an elderly man who had lost his wife of many years. He was devastated by her passing and felt an overwhelming sense of loneliness. But instead of succumbing to despair, he decided to honor her memory by pursuing his lifelong passion for painting. He spent hours alone in his studio, creating beautiful works of art. Through this process, he found solace and a renewed sense of purpose. He discovered that his happiness was not dependent on the presence of others, but on his own ability to create and express himself. Each of us has the capacity to find happiness within ourselves. We must learn to be comfortable in our own skin, to enjoy our own company. This requires us to let go of the need for external validation and to trust in our own worth. We must recognize that we are complete and whole, just as we are. In our journey to happiness, it is essential to cultivate mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment, of fully experiencing each moment without judgment. It allows us to connect with our inner selves and to appreciate the beauty of the present. When we are mindful, we can find joy in the simple things. The warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of birds singing, the taste of our favorite. Mindfulness also helps us to become aware of our thoughts and emotions. It allows us to observe them without becoming overwhelmed by them. We can acknowledge our feelings of loneliness or sadness, but we do not have to be defined by them. Instead, we can choose to focus on the positive aspects of our lives and to cultivate gratitude for the blessings we have. Gratitude is a powerful tool in the pursuit of happiness. When we focus on what we have rather than what we lack, we shift our perspective from one of scarcity to one of abundance. We begin to see the world in a different light, appreciating the beauty and wonder that surrounds us. This shift in perspective can transform our experience of solitude, turning it into a source of joy and contentment. Imagine, for a moment, a young man who felt trapped in a cycle of negativity. He constantly compared himself to others and felt that he was lacking in many ways. But one day, he decided to start a gratitude journal. Each day, he wrote down 3 things he was grateful for. At first, it was difficult, but over time, he began to notice the small blessings in his life. He became more aware of the beauty around him and the kindness of others. This practice of gratitude helped him to find happiness within himself, even when he was alone. In addition to mindfulness and gratitude, another essential aspect of learning to be happy alone is to develop a sense of purpose. When we have a sense of purpose, we feel that our lives have meaning and direction. This can be a powerful source of motivation and fulfillment. Our purpose does not have to be something grand or world-changing. It can be as simple as being kind to others, pursuing a passion, or making a positive impact in our community. What matters is that it resonates with us, that it gives us a sense of... Consider the story of a middle-aged woman who had always dreamed of becoming a writer. She had spent years working in a job that did not fulfill her, always putting her dream on hold. But one day, she decided to take a leap of faith and dedicate herself to her writing. She spent hours alone crafting stories and sharing them with the world. This sense of purpose gave her a deep sense of satisfaction and happiness. She realized that her joy came from within, from pursuing her passion and living her truth. As we journey towards happiness, it is important to remember that it is a continuous process. There will be moments of doubt and challenges along the way. But each step we take brings us closer to our true selves, to a place of inner peace. We must also remember to be gentle with ourselves. It is natural to feel lonely or sad at times. These emotions are part of the human experience, but we do not have to be defined by them. Instead, we can choose to focus on the positive aspects of our lives and to cultivate a sense of joy and gratitude. In our journey to be happy alone, we must also cultivate relationships that support our growth. While it is important to find happiness within ourselves, it is equally important to surround ourselves with people who uplift and inspire us. These relationships should be based on mutual respect and support, not on a need for validation or approval. Imagine a community where people come together to support each other's growth and well-being. In this community, individuals are encouraged to pursue their passions and to find their own paths to happiness. They celebrate each other's successes and provide comfort in times of need. This sense of community can be a powerful source of strength and inspiration, reminding us that we are never truly alone. As we continue our journey, let us remember that happiness is not a destination but a way of being. It is a state of mind that we can cultivate through mindfulness, gratitude, and a sense of purpose. It is a choice that we make each day to find joy in the simple things and to appreciate the beauty of that moment. Learning to be happy alone is a journey of self-discovery and growth. It is about embracing solitude as a gift, finding joy in our own presence, and cultivating a sense of purpose and gratitude. It is about recognizing that true happiness comes from within, not from external validation or approval. As we embark on this journey, let us remember that we are complete and whole, just as we are. And in this realization, we will find a profound sense of peace and joy. As we journey further into understanding how to be happy alone, we delve deeper into the essence of our existence. The realization that happiness is an internal state, not reliant on external circumstances, is empowering. It liberates us from the constant chase for approval possessions, and experiences that we think will make us happy. Instead, it brings us back to ourselves, to our core, where true contentment resides. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of calm and purpose, knowing that your happiness is not contingent on what happens outside of you. This inner peace is achievable when we shift our focus from seeking to finding, from external to internal. A crucial part of this journey is self-discovery. We need to explore who we are at our core, beyond the roles we play and the masks we wear. This requires introspection, a willingness to look within and ask ourselves deep, meaningful questions. What are your true passions? What values do we hold dear? What brings us joy? Think about a man who had always lived according to societal expectations. He pursued a career that was deemed prestigious, maintained relationships that were considered appropriate, and followed a path that others had laid out for him. Yet he felt an inexplicable void within. One day, he decided to take a break from his routine and spend time in solitude. He started journaling, meditating, and reflecting on his life. Through this process, he discovered his love for music, a passion he had neglected for years. He began to play the guitar again, finding immense joy and satisfaction in the simple act of creating music. This newfound connection to his true self brought him a sense of happiness that he had never experienced before. Self-discovery often leads us to uncover our passions and interests, which are essential for our happiness. These passions give us a sense of purpose and direction. They provide us with activities that we can immerse ourselves in, losing track of time and finding joy in the process. Whether it's painting, gardening, writing, or any other activity, these passions are unique to each of us and are a source of endless joy. Another aspect of being happy alone is the practice of self-care. Self-care is not just about pampering oneself, but about taking actions that nurture our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. It involves setting boundaries, saying no when necessary, and prioritizing our own needs. When we take care of ourselves, we build a foundation of well-being that supports our happiness. Consider a woman who was always putting others' needs before her own. She was constantly busy, trying to please everyone around her, but felt exhausted and unhappy. One day, she decided to prioritize self-care. She started taking regular breaks, spending time alone, and engaging in activities that she enjoyed. She began to say no to requests that drained her energy and set boundaries to protect her well-being. This shift in focus allowed her to recharge and rejuvenate, leading to a profound sense of happiness and fulfillment. Alongside self-care, practicing self-compassion is crucial. We are often our own harshest critics, constantly judging and criticizing ourselves. This self-criticism can be a significant barrier to happiness. Instead, we need to cultivate self-compassion, treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a friend. When we make mistakes, we should forgive ourselves and learn from them rather than dwelling on them. Another important element in learning to be happy alone is embracing the present moment. We often dwell on the past or worry about the future, missing out on the beauty of the present. Mindfulness, the practice of being fully present, helps us to appreciate the here and now. When we are mindful, we become aware of our thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them. We can savor the simple pleasures of life, like the taste of a delicious meal, the warmth of the sun, or the sound of laughter. Think of an elderly man who had spent most of his life worrying about the future. He realized that this constant worry had prevented him from enjoying the present. He decided to practice mindfulness, focusing on the present moment. He began to appreciate the small things in life, finding joy in everyday experiences. This shift in focus brought him a deep sense of contentment in our journey to happiness. It's also important to embrace our uniqueness. Each of us is unique with our own strengths, talents, and perspectives. Embracing our uniqueness means celebrating who we are without comparing ourselves to others. It means recognizing that we have something special to offer to the world, simply by being ourselves. Imagine a young woman who always felt that she didn't fit in. She compared herself to others and felt inadequate. One day, she decided to embrace her uniqueness. She started to celebrate her individuality, recognizing her own strengths and talent. She realized that her differences were what made her special and valuable. This newfound acceptance of herself brought her a profound sense of happiness and confidence. As we continue to explore the path to being happy alone, it is essential to cultivate resilience. Life is full of challenges and setbacks, and our ability to bounce back from these difficulties is crucial for our happiness. Resilience involves maintaining a positive outlook, finding meaning in adversity, and having the inner strength to overcome obstacles. It means seeing challenges as opportunities for growth and learning, rather than as insurmountable problems. Consider the story of a man who faced numerous setbacks in his career. Each time he encountered a failure, he felt defeated and questioned his worth. But over time, he learned to cultivate resilience. He began to see each setback as a lesson, an opportunity to grow and improve. This shift in perspective helped him to overcome challenges with grace and strength, leading to a deeper sense of happiness and fulfillment. As we navigate the journey of learning to be happy alone, it is also important to practice gratitude regularly. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a sense of abundance and contentment. When we regularly acknowledge and appreciate the blessings in our lives, we cultivate a positive mindset that enhances our happiness. Think of a woman who felt constantly stressed and overwhelmed by her responsibilities. She decided to start a daily gratitude practice, writing down 3 things she was grateful for each day. This simple practice helped her to shift her focus from her stressors to the positive aspects of her life. She began to notice the small blessings and joys that she had previously overlooked. This practice of gratitude brought her a sense of peace and happiness that transformed her daily life. In our journey to happiness, we must also nurture our relationships with others. While it is important to find happiness within ourselves, human connection is a vital part of our well-being. Building and maintaining meaningful relationships with others provides us with support, companionship, and a sense of belonging. These relationships should be based on mutual respect, trust, and genuine care for one another. Imagine a man who had isolated himself for many years, believing that he needed to be completely self-reliant. He felt lonely and disconnected from others. One day, he decided to reach out and build connections with people around him. He started to nurture relationships with friends, family, and colleagues. These meaningful connections provided him with a sense of support and belonging, enhancing his overall happiness. Finally, as we embrace the journey of being happy alone, we must remember to be patient with ourselves. Happiness is not a destination that we reach overnight. It is a continuous journey of growth and self-discovery. There will be ups and downs, moments of joy and moments of challenge, but each step we take brings us closer to our true selves and to a deeper sense of contentment. As we reflect on this journey, let us remember the profound truth that happiness is an inside job. It is not something that we find outside of ourselves, but something that we cultivate within. By embracing solitude, practicing self-care and self-compassion, cultivating mindfulness and gratitude, embracing our uniqueness, building resilience, and nurturing meaningful relationships, we create a foundation of inner happiness that sustains us through life's ups and downs. In the quiet moments of solitude, let us listen to the whispers of our hearts, guiding us to our true selves. Let us celebrate the beauty and wonder of our own existence, finding joy in the simple act of being. And in this realization, we will discover a profound sense of peace and happiness, knowing that we are complete and whole, just as we are. So as we stand alone in that serene forest, surrounded by the beauty of nature, let us remember that we are never truly alone. We carry within us the source of our own happiness, a light that shines brightly, illuminating our path. And in this light, we find the strength, the courage, and the wisdom to be happy alone and to live our lives with joy and purpose. Take a moment to visualize your future self standing confidently in your own power. See yourself embracing solitude with grace, finding joy in your own company, and pursuing your dreams with unwavering determination. This vision is not just a distant dream. It is a reality that you are capable of creating. Every choice you make, every action you take brings you closer to this vision. As you embark on this journey, remember to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each step forward is a victory, a testament to your strength and resilience. Take pride in your accomplishments and be gentle with yourself in moments of struggle. You are doing the best you can. And that is enough. Let the words of those who have walked this path before you inspire and motivate you. Think of the countless individuals who have found happiness within themselves, who have embraced solitude and discovered their true potential. Their stories are a beacon of hope, a reminder that you too can achieve this inner peace and contentment. Consider the wisdom of a man who once said, "You cannot be lonely if you like the person you're alone with." These words remind us that our relationship with ourselves is the foundation of our happiness. By cultivating self-love and self-acceptance, we create a life that is filled with joy and fulfillment. In moments of doubt, and you feel the weight of loneliness pressing upon you, remember this: you are never truly alone. You carry within you the strength of your ancestors, the wisdom of the ages, and the boundless potential of your own spirit. You're connected to the world around you, to the beauty of nature, and to the infinite possibilities that lie ahead. Take a deep breath and feel the power of your own presence. You are a force of nature, a unique and beautiful being with the ability to create a life that is rich with meaning and joy. Embrace this truth and let it guide you on your journey. As you continue to walk this path, seek out moments of inspiration and motivation. Surround yourself with positive influences, whether it's through books, music, or the company of uplifting individuals. Fill your life with experiences that bring you joy and nourish your soul. Remember, happiness is not a destination but a journey. It is a series of moments, each one building upon the next, creating a tapestry of joy and fulfillment. Embrace each moment. Find the beauty in the present and trust in your own ability to create a life that is truly your own. So stand tall and proud, knowing that you have the power to be happy alone. You are the master of your own destiny, the creator of your own happiness. Embrace this journey with an open heart and a courageous spirit, and you will discover a life that is rich with meaning, purpose, and joy. In the end, the most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. By learning to be happy alone, you create a solid foundation of inner peace and contentment that will sustain you through life's ups and downs. You become your own source of strength, your own source of joy. As you continue on this path, remember to celebrate your uniqueness, nurture your passions, and cultivate a deep sense of self-love and self-compassion. Trust in your own abilities, embrace the beauty of the present moment, and know that you are capable of achieving true happiness. This journey is not always easy, but it is worth every step. For in the end, you will discover that the greatest treasure lies within you. You are the source of your own happiness, the creator of your own joy. Embrace this truth, and let it guide you to a life of profound peace and fulfillment. As you stand at the edge of your own vast ocean, ready to embark on this journey, know that you are not alone. You are surrounded by the love and support of the universe, and within you lies the strength and wisdom to navigate any challenge. Embrace this adventure with an open heart, and you will discover a happiness that is deep, lasting, and truly your own.